UrbanLife.tv, UrbanLife.tv, TV, underground rap and newslife.tv. Welcome to UrbanLife.tv, underground rap business and newslife.tv. We here, man.
Back with the podcast portion, man. You know, that thing hitting every time, bro. So, what we gonna jump on today, big bro?
Well, first I'm gonna introduce us, you know what I'm saying? I'm Bucky Dollars, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the bro.
Yeah, I'm smooth, you know. Do it with the moves. Tell them every week, you know.
Hey, man, Hammer back in the city, but he had to situate a situation, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he gonna tune in next week, you know what I'm saying? So he'll be back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's all good. Like, he got married on his jump, his little vacay. So shout out to the bro. Congratulations to y'all. Do y'all thing.
Really doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't just talking about it. You feel me? We really making
And I wish, I wish him longevity, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, if you do what you need to do, man, you're honest and everything like that, I think any shit can work out.
Yeah, bro. And this is like, it's not as hard as people think, bro.
Not at all.
Me and wife pushing 5 years.
5
5
little puppies. And look, y'all went from like Philly to Delaware, like y'all really like, you know what I'm saying? Been like maneuvering and like
business and everything,
yeah,
bro.
Like,
East
really
Coast, West Coast
like,
beefing. We even know everything, but that's my baby,
bro. And it's crazy because like you was going through your transition, I was going through my transition, right? And I probably had like 2-3 ships, you know what I'm saying? But like your joint stayed solid, like, and that's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I love y'all for that. You feel me?
Appreciate it, man.
We definitely seen y'all and like I admire y'all and I honor y'all for like, working through any and everything to, get the bigger picture.
Right. We always the bigger picture, man. That's the biggest part to it, man. Establish a friendship and a bond and all that.
Right.
And once the relationship come, like once y'all already got similar views and passions and shit, once y'all put that chemistry together, bro, like that's when the big bang happened. Like that's when shit really start to open up. Like it take the queen for the king, bro. Like cause before that, when we was just running wild, we had cash, we was cool, we was doing what we wanted. But like life wasn't adding up. We ain't had the cribs and shit. We ain't had this, we ain't had that. And I ain't saying we got it from our woman.
Now I sat down is purchasing the crib now,
bro.
Like,
it's so
and
different.
Taking the business to another level and like really, solidifying y'all as a unit.
Exactly, bro.
And like, when you're a unit, not just that you pay attention to your unit, but like that's your contribution to the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like y'all affected, like anybody that engage in y'all life, y'all affect them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro.
So if somebody didn't have hope in relationships and they around y'all and they see that, they say, man, it's hope.
Real shit, bro. And with young people
that's a pride,
too.
Man.
And we young,
that's a
like,
pride.
Yeah, man, we ain't gonna make this episode about
No, we just wanted to pick it up, but at the same time, like, all right.
He got niggas squishy on the job.
No, but I really just wanted to honor and big y'all up real quick.
No, I appreciate
before we, get into like the actual factuals, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
Yo, this episode, man, I wanted to like get into like quotes and like cliches and sayings that we live and die by.
Oh my God, there's a fucking billion of them.
Yeah, and I always wanted to just dissect them. You know what I'm saying? Like really though. You know what I'm saying? Like why we use certain shit. Like I ride with certain shit, but then other stuff I'll be like, Nah, that need a little more behind it because it's like, why you using it? You feel me? Like, there's no education on really why you using it. You just like, somebody said it to you and you just ride with it. You know what I'm saying?
Through generations.
So I want to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's start with some examples, though.
What we got? Like,
let me think, man.
We talk about something simple, right? Like, live by the gun.
Die by the gun.
Alright, so we know the quote, right? I don't know. Like, I rock with that joke because in a sense, we talking like, if you live by the gun, then you gonna die by the gun. But see, I don't see it like that you gonna actually die by another gun. It could just be a knife. It could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, some type of death will come.
Right. Yeah.
But I present it as like, think about it. If you present yourself with too much of the gun action, it might come back and harm the people around you to harm you.
Yeah, that's a deeper way to think about it.
You feel me? So it ain't just like, I live by the gun, I die by that direct of another gun.
Right.
But I'ma feel the results of me using the gun.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if it's not in even circumstances, probably. Like, that's what I believe. Like,
What you mean?
like, say, like, you know how the Cowboys used to draw the pistols?
Yeah.
I mean, then whoever lose the draw, that's an even John.
Okay.
So it's like, all right, cool. But
Right.
if
That's the actuals of live by the gun, die by the
Exactly.
gun. Like,
That gotta be the
'cause,
root.
like, you really like,
yeah,
you know,
motherfucker,
putting
put it
guns
on the
out
line,
and
man.
whoever draw first, you the dead one if you don't draw first. You know what I'm saying?
But now if the other person don't got no gun and you just smoke them, like, that's some bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Now you going.
But that's what I was saying. It's going to come back in a different manner.
Yeah, it might be more harsh too.
That's what I'm saying. So, what imagine though? Because a lot of people that I know that live by that, usually like they done took lives and then like they lose lives around them, but nothing won't happen to them.
Yeah, but then they can't truly like.
But they'll continue to kill, but won't never recognize like, damn, because I am doing what I'm doing, the results of my loved ones are being taken away because of that.
Yeah, bro. Shit.
You feel me? So you like that don't process.
Bro, each action that we do here, bro, is connected to the universe, bro.
Right.
Like, we're universal beings, bro. No matter
I
how
believe
people
that.
don't really be thinking about it, bro. But every situation that we in, bro, like, we can just go somewhere. You feel a vibe.
Right.
You feel something about it. It's senses. Everything here is connected, bro. So it's like, it goes back to like just knowing what's right and what's wrong, bro. We automatically fucking know. Nobody should have to tell you what's right and what's wrong, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, bro. You feel me? So it's like, at a certain point, you gotta dig deep too and be like, damn, like, I gotta take accountability. Like, you really do, because somebody could tell you something your whole fucking life, just like your parent or your coach or your reverend, whoever you go to, they'll tell you the same thing your whole life, bro. But until you be like, yo, I'm done with that shit, you still gonna do it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's like in a sense, we like robots.
Robots like a motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Like,
program.
we programmed to like operate in a certain, manner, and like each situation come with an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every situation come with a reaction that you should take.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not one from your personal thought, but like one that was already established. It's like, oh, if this happened, then this supposed to happen afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So if you kill my man, I'm supposed to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm
But
saying?
what if that's original?
Or,
what if that's your original, like...
How can it be original?
Say if like your ancestors was on some warrior shit. No, like, bro, like if they was on some fucking warrior shit, bro, and then yeah, man, and that's just how they was rocking, bro.
But I mean, did they teach you that?
See, he gotta think about all aspects of it. It's not just
No.
it's today, but Like, bro, everything, every reaction, every cause is from, the initial situation, bro. Like, so a little bit of that shit could have dragged till now. We never know, bro.
Yeah, I get that. But, like, is you really gonna, like, technically look back and say your folks did this, so this is the results? You feel me? Because, like, think about it. Like,
I'm trying to cheat.
It's definitely something of the subconscious, right? Where it's genetically we all connected, right? So like if you do something and you don't even got the knowledge that your previous folks did it, then what you operating on? You feel what I'm saying? Cause it's like, you're not like moving off a family trait that said, oh, y'all killers. Like you said, you just reacting in the situation. You come to learn, like, oh, my grandfather was a beast. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, God gave us choice. You know what I mean? So whether your folk did it or not, like, you got a choice.
Or you still can change the way.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see situations where, that was a family thing. And like, because you tried to change the dynamic of this family thing, you became like an outcast because it was like, like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just the way we would have handled it, you trying to like be peaceful and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about not taking lives and all that. Like, we was into like taking lives, like especially if you like tried to penetrate our unit. You feel what I'm saying? So in the 70s in Philly, man, there was a lot of like gangs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my pop and like brother Hakeem and like Atiba, like all these dudes was like a part of that.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? A couple of my old heads was too, man. They told us about the gang war stories, like in Southwest and shit, like where it used to be like divided, where it was like certain parts is the white part, this part is the black part. You know what I mean? Like, and if you get caught at the certain time, they be chasing you around, fuck you up, whatever. Like
that's when it was in your face. Yeah. You ain't had no choice, like,
it's still like that. It's just
not
less
directly in your face though. Like they curve it a lot.
Yeah, way more than they used to.
Yeah, like it ain't that we gotta run from a lot of places. Like it's so embedded in us through our ancestors that we do it ourselves now.
Like unintentionally.
You know what I'm saying? Like we do it directly to ourselves. So it ain't a thing of that no more, you know what I mean? Where it's like a physical white person, like, doing that like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say on the tip that it's about us. It's like, bro, you got a choice now. Once you equipped with the information. So now that the brothers is on the podcast and we giving the information, you feel what I'm saying? Now you gotta question it. Yeah, you gotta be like, y'all gotta make the best choice.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? And like another cliche we can get right into from the transition is like black and white. You know what I'm saying? In my thinking, I remember I used to be like, bro, I thought I couldn't even go inside the city hall. A fucking public building.
I had an internship at City Hall. That's crazy.
I thought I literally just, because I was from where I was from, bro, I couldn't just walk in City Hall and like just walk around and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't think that. Like I literally thought I couldn't go into City Hall without like having something to go in there for, like. You feel me? And then when I actually like got with my mentor and we actually went down there, I'm like, and he seen it. He like, what the fuck? Like, like you, like niggas don't even understand how much of slaves we are. until we approach with that type of situation. You feel me? Like, ain't nobody had to, like, they wasn't in front of me to put that in me.
Yeah. But it is certain places, though.
When I see cops, whether I'm doing good or wrong, like bad, I still
feel the same way, bro.
Like,
that's what I'm
still
saying.
get a nerve that, like, yo, you feel me?
Anything can happen. I don't know the outcome of this situation that's about to come.
And that's what I mean, like, that's the programming and condition of the black and white. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, man, I just feel like we need to move in a new direction that doesn't have those two opposites.
Yeah, but it's a lot of shit that gotta get broken down in between too, like the real, not just what's on the news, not just what you hear about, like actually, reaching out and really like knowing each other. I'm not saying like on some super like, back and forth, blah 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 shit. I'm just saying like, as a whole, we gotta really know each other, because you can't be thinking that I'm a robber, I'm a killer, I'm a drug dealer just because I'm black. And I can't be thinking just because you white, you racist, you da-da-da, or you rep the Confederate flag, or you want to make America great again and all of that shit. You feel me? Like, so it's like neither one of both sides got to stop doing that shit, bro.
We
ugly. Can't just be real rap all
we ugly.
And that's the next jump, though.
What?
Make America great again. Like, but when this shit ever been great for us, bro?
That's a good one too, because it's like,
it's the hardest shit from the jump, bro, since we came.
No, but like, it's been some good periods.
When?
We had Black Wall Street.
It blew it up.
Yeah, eventually, but that was an era when the shit was good.
Yeah, that was one era.
Right after the Emancipation Proclamation, where Lincoln signed to free the slaves or what have you, and then it got to a point where Juneteenth came about, where the last black person found out the information of freedom down in Texas, and that was Juneteenth.
Okay,
so that's the celebration that happens in Philadelphia, particularly up Germantown Ave at the Johnson House. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Where Harriet and all of them came through the underground, and the Johnson family helped them, hide or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of history in Germantown. Actually, that's why you really got a lot of history in Philadelphia. That's why Philadelphia is a historical city. You feel me? Because a lot of stuff came through Philly. Yeah. The underground, like a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Philly was the basis of a lot of stuff. The Independence got signed here.
And shit. Yeah,
like the Liberty Bell and the crack and all that don't just be pretty.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit just don't be pretty. Like, it really got significance to it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when they say the forefathers, they signed that documentation here.
Yeah. But on some real shit though, bro, that's all good. But that's one thing. And that was back then. Like, what? So that don't count as like being great. That was one thing, bro. That was one thing that they, you know what I mean? So
when you dissect everything and you look at like other countries.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, for my existence now, I never experienced it being great.
But that's what I'm saying, because you never been to other countries. See, when you go to other countries and then you see how they live and how, according, you're going to say, even though we oppressed with fucking racism in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States, I'd rather be here. I swear to God, bro. Like your bid in the county in Delaware, bro, is nothing compared to like jails over there, bro. They throw the food out on the floor, and the best man that gets it, gets it. Whoever don't eat, don't eat.
Yeah, that's real shit. But when
even under the circumstance that you done committed a crime, they still feed you 3 times a day.
Yeah, like
in America, bro. Yeah, you might eat like an animal, but what's more of an animal if you gotta dive on the floor for your scraps? And if that man get it before you, you don't eat. So would that put in your mentality as a human?
Yeah, that this American shit is not great either.
No, but at the same time,
I know it's bad over there, but like, do they work?
Like when we say we an animal in a cage, that shit privileged.
Yeah,
it is, because you get 3 meals a day. And you can sit on your bed and eat it and do whatever.
Yeah, I heard about
I'm talking about like,
man, that joint was crazy, bro. They said they was in a cage in the darkness, bro, for like the whole time. They said they just throw food in that joint, like you said, and then people be fighting over people,
you
be
got
dead in there,
everything.
Shit. Like you
feel me?
So yeah,
like you really got rumble
in that
for
sense,
bro. For your, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, in that sense, I can respect it. But I'm just saying, don't tell me this quote and expect me to rock with this movement, bro.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like,
I'm not saying it to say that. I'm saying like, for us, what's good for us? You feel me? Like, I'm not saying this quote for nobody else. I don't care. You feel me? Like, if that's Donald Trump movement, cool, whatever. But like, for us,
I'm just looking at the quote as a whole. It ain't
even like make America great again.
I ain't see it great the first time. That's all I'm saying.
I've been seeing it great from the root, to be honest.
But yeah, it's just the leaders, I'm guessing. Well, the leaders, in my opinion. I don't feel as though we have.
Oh, bro, when I tell you, like, when you go around the world. America is
give us some examples then.
America is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Even under our circumstances.
You
got a lot of individuals that's like,
what's worse? Like, what's somewhere that you went that's worse?
Like Dubai is nice. You know what I mean? But like, they a religious state.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, dominantly, you know, Muslims.
Exactly.
And you know, if your wife cheat, like, it's real consequences. Like, it ain't no going to court for a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Something real simple, like she's getting stoned. She getting killed, bro. Like, you still your hands off with them. It's no going to court and you plead a case. Hey, bro, you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Yeah, that shit is real. I ain't gonna lie. Thinking about it like that.
Like, if you caught in the car with a woman and she married and the husband don't know y'all together, y'all both done. State, countrywide, like, you're done. Ain't no, you ain't going to court. This is the law of the land, like. So we gotta understand, like, when we talk that, you know, American shit, bro. I like to travel, but I want to come back.
So you think this is the best place ever?
I'm not saying it's the best place ever.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Like, I feel you, but I still, like, it's still that part that's saying, like, bro, on some real shit, like, it's not the best, bro. It's not the best to me, bro. It's on some real shit, how I gotta live.
Ask one question.
Like, how I gotta live, bro. Like, I'm not comparing it. I'm not super.
You can't compare it because you know why? Because we don't have another comparison to compare with. We don't live back home.
Yeah.
So we don't have nothing to compare it to.
But on some real shit, how would you rather live though? Would you rather live like on some natural shit without, you build your own hut?
I mean,
do
at
your own
this
shit?
point though, I'm
Or
so
would you-
programmed that, you feel me? Like, I'm so programmed that it would feel, now, before the programming, yeah, like, take me home. Like, I would naturally adapt. But like, after the programming, it's gonna take a while for me to adapt back. Like, then I gotta like regain my natural shit that was like stripped of me and like.
See me,
You see what I'm saying?
It's different because like that's what
You
that's,
thinking
that's what I
from
fuck
you
with.
thinking from the now perspective because you got all this information in you. You get me?
No, break it down because
Like before, like say you never was conditioned and you was back home, none of this stuff would exist.
Yeah.
The fact that you polished with it and it did exist, you caught with a different feeling and vision.
Yeah, real shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Different. Cause
So in order for us to get back to that space, we gotta understand where we was at. How we lived in the village.
yeah, that's the shit that I'm looking
You see
to
what I'm
look
saying?
back to, bro. Because like I feel as though that's what's gonna keep us the safest.
9 out of the 10, bro. If they say let's go back, people gonna be so
It's
Americanized
gonna be 10
that
people.
they not even going like we gonna bring America to Africa. You feel me? Like,
but that's not like I ain't gonna say
niggas gonna start doing drive-bys.
it's a bad thing, but then again, it's not because we brought a lot of this shit to America
It did.
on some real shit. Without,
But it was always based off of like taking what was given
left.
and then we
What was
made
left.
what was best of it.
exactly like creating.
Yeah, like chitlins and shit. Nigga put some salt, man. Nigga put some hot sauce on that joint. Turned it into a whole menu.
So that's actually like it's a loss from the beginning, but it's
Yeah.
a win in the long term. Cause like now coming from that type of hardship is, having shit cut off once in a while, no water, shit like that. Now I'm like, and I build all this shit. I go back to Africa, like on some real shit. I build a whole community. Got me fucked up. I set up the Wi-Fi, everything.
And that's the conversation too, John. Like,
I go to fuck back.
Because like if we took it and took it from where see the new conversation is it a thing that everybody need to be leaders? You know what I mean? Like, do the leaders need to just lead the way for the majority?
I don't know. I think in a sense, yeah, because if you talking it, you gotta be the one that show the people that shit can work.
Yeah.
Like that's like me talking to business. I'm this business guru and I don't do business.
Right.
That's fucking fraud, bro. So
I mean, you can have knowledge on it and never had went in it, but at the same
you
time,
can't
like,
teach it.
like I would just say, like, you could be on the team, but like you got a position that it shouldn't be like at the lead.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, or you should definitely have advisors because it's like, yeah, people that actually been in that field, been in that mud,
Right.
could elaborate and give you what it is from what they experienced at that point. You feel me? And like you can combine what it is that you want to do and unite the two. You feel me? Because life is all about the connection.
Yeah, real shit.
The people that oppress us want us to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? So another saying that I get into is like, what you eat don't make me shit. How you feel about that? Like when that's, do you use that saying?
No.
You never used it.
No.
Alright.
But no, like I could dig it though, cause that don't affect me. Like it don't affect me.
What
like
you mean it don't affect you?
Like for instance, if somebody eat pork, I don't want you to eat pork because it's not healthy for you, but it's not gonna affect me.
Right.
You feel me? My stomach not gonna be hurt from that shit.
Right. So I guess it's accordingly because like as a unit, as a black people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you went to go rob a bank, that's gonna affect me.
Well, with your bread in there.
Just because I'm black and you did it.
Yeah, real shit. It really will.
You know what I mean?
Because that's one of the things.
You don't get like Operation Safe Streets from John Street at that era. And you don't get like Stop and Frisk. You see what I'm saying? Like without that in the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously what somebody particularly did opened up those avenues to create those type of things. Unless they just was like, you know what, we gonna lock it down.
But that should be drawing, bro, because it's like when it comes to us, they judge all of us accordingly to one person. But when it comes to them, they judge it single-handedly. And then
but I got to say too that they judge their folks.
Exactly. So why the fuck we not judging our folks?
I mean,
we should be on something.
I mean, I can't really go back to like the village and like the culture and everything that we live by.
I never knew it.
I don't have enough information, but at the same time, like how I feel about how I grew up is like we attended to, like I said, we come from a space where like families was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up across the street from like a lot of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a great house in our unit, and it had like my aunt, my greatest aunt, right? My greater aunt, and like my other aunts, and then my uncles, and then my mom, and then it was all of the kids that came along with them.
Oh shit! So that was the house. That was the spot.
Group.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, right. And then across the street was the same diameter in my cousins. You feel what I'm saying? So we was like lit in the block by itself, just me and my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Then you had other families that like integrated with other families. So now you got Whitfields with Campbells. You see what I'm saying? Like now we mating amongst each other on the block. You know what I mean? But like if you know your family and you know your dynamic, and then breeding those two might make a lot of sense. Now, nobody could have stripped us of that and then we still move off of that if it wasn't already embedded in us. Meaning like, even if we was beaten, the culture was beaten out of us through slavery, we still maintained that same bloodline to be like, yo, if you have the same or stronger village, then we gonna mate with you. Exactly. So we can unite, and you know what I'm saying? How we even like we would only have to have this conversation now to recognize that we even broke it down like that. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And you know, I fuck with it, like, you feel me? Because my whole movement is like, let's motivate off of now. I don't really like the sayings and all that stuff. Y'all can keep them. Yeah. Like I don't really operate too much.
That's the old school.
And I hear it, you know, every day we like, bro, I call you Jack. What's up, bro? How you feeling? Like, what's up with you? You know what I mean? Like, say we having a conversation, you know, and it's like, what's up? What you been up to? It's like, oh, I've been staying out the way. But like when we get deeper in the conversation, you tell me everything that made you in the way. But your first line was like initially like, bro, I'm just staying out the way. It's like, yo, do we just be saying shit just to be saying it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Or like, do it really got purpose to it? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, our shit though now, like, it's past that stage, bro. Like, it's to the point where it's like, dog, like our shit open, bro. It's like a vent joint, you know what I mean? So it's not like a regular conversation. Like, yeah, I might hit somebody and be like, yeah, shit, I'm chilling. You feel me? What you doing? Like, but our shit, it be on some goal oriented. Like, yo, you did this, you did that. Did you line up the joint? Did you make this? Blah blah. Yeah. So I don't know. There's different scenarios to this shit. Like, there's always two ways, bro.
So you think it's like more off accordingly, like? I mean, that particular saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go backwards into it, right?
Yeah.
So, what you eat don't make me shit. But every decision that you make, I'm affected by it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Whether we was in the same room or not. The diameter of how the world is set up, whenever you do something, you affect me. We was just talking about it, bro. How all these bills be getting passed and we don't even know. The only way we know is when we enter into the shit and they tell us right then and there. Bam.
Yeah.
You like, what the fuck?
Fate, bro. Shit be right there in our faces, bro.
So I say that to say, like, when we say,
no, that shit, that
what you do don't make me, what you eat don't make me shit. I just don't feel it. Like, because I be like, you gotta understand the difference too, because when you in a team-oriented game, like basketball, football, you automatically begin to learn that cliche is not true. Because if you're bro late and you gotta do 20 suicides, you are affected by every move that other person make. And the coach make you relevant to it. You feel me? Like, yo, because he was late.
All y'all running there.
So what that do?
Affect all of us.
That shit make you start looking at, yeah, bro, what the fuck, man? You ain't looking at the coach for saying it. You looking at the players now. You like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I gotta run 10 suicides. I gotta do all this shit because you was late. Like, so you start tightening up the person. That's the recognition of it. That's the, you know what I'm saying? The initiation of it all. Like, bro, that's why I love team sport. And I think everybody should get into it because you learn a portion of life that you wouldn't necessarily learn outside of it. You learn that team game.
Take
like,
that eye out the team.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn if your bro late, you responsible for his lateness.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna be affected by it. You see what I'm saying? So imagine if we elevate that and apply it to the block.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be a great job, bro. Like,
yeah, like we talking like, remember when we was having that conversation about like fatherhood and being responsible to one another.
Yeah.
About not taking care of your kids, like how you gonna be out on the block all day with a nigga you know ain't taking care of his kid. You feel what I'm saying? As a team player, coach would have made you run, bro. Like,
hey, bro, Rap, you would have set the fuck out that game, cuz.
And which would have made you be like, yo, you need to go see your kids. Like, I'm not even fucking around. I'm tired of doing suicides. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it would have made you look at the thing, it would have made you look at life different. Being in it, you know, that's what team sports do for me. Or did for me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because now I know how to play as a teammate on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't all this is about me. You know what I'm saying? And actually, they would actually say our era, my age bracket is like, they be like, we come from an era of like, we want what we want when we want it. That's what the elders would say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Meaning like it was hard for us to accept no.
Yeah.
Cause we want what we want when we want it. You feel me? And on another note too, like they also used to say like we moved like we was deserving of whatever it is that we wanted. Meaning like, oh you privileged, huh? Like you just think like you don't gotta do nothing. You just deserve
fall into
what
it
is that you think that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, man, that was a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? Because
shit got real.
you can't
Don't apply.
in no type of era of life get just what you want. I don't think it worked like that. You feel what I'm saying?
No. And if it did, that should have probably be corny, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta say it like. So, I want to go into another one, right? Another like saying or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny that you say. I say, you know what I'm saying? I think about the listeners who might be listening, you know, out of town or whatever, and don't know the Philly slang. It's like, do we stop and recognize and adjust? You know what I mean? Because you know we talk about like going to different restaurants and they prepare food according to like allergens. So, you know, if it ain't a specific place, you're not gonna get it all seasoned and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to bring your own little seasoning pack, like do your own little thing. You feel me? Like, cause they gonna make it according to like it fitting everybody.
yeah.
You feel me? Like, you ain't special in that manner, like where you think you're gonna go to a restaurant and like that shit gonna, unless it's accordingly, like I said, like Umi D's.
Word,
You know what I mean?
right.
That's
Aunties,
James,
something
like,
like
yeah,
that.
like, you gonna have to go to Aunties and something like,
straight up, dog.
you know, Victoria's, you know, the country cooking and all them type jobs to get the flavor, like.
Yeah,
But if you go to Royal Farms or Wawa,
you gonna get that basic, baby.
If you're a spicy nigga, you know, like we are, you feel me? Like, you gonna, you know, need them salt and pepper packs. That's in a little hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? That should be plain Jane like a motherfucker, you feel me?
Yeah, dog.
But now, like,
eat that shit.
we talking about day ones. Man, that talk just really, I don't know, cause I guess I'm like the black sheep. I'm like I'm so into like, I alienated myself so much, bro, that I'm like an individual now at this point. Like, I don't need a group. I don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be amongst the cool people. I don't need to like do none of that shit. You feel me? At this point in my life, you feel me? And like, so when it comes to like the saying of like bro, why you ain't in the mix?
Oh yeah. Like, what you mean? What's the mix? Like, what is the mix?
I guess it's like.
I know what the mix is, but like, what's the mix? Like, cause obviously, if I'm not
like
around,
what I was saying earlier, like nobody cares.
Yeah, real shit. Like, it's so much.
You think in your head so much, like I gotta be in the mix. I gotta be, and it be like.
You get to the mix and
you
be
don't.
boring and shit.
You don't. You gotta make your own mix. No pineapples. Like you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make your own mix, man. Like, you know how, like, you can hashtag something on Instagram and everybody pop up? That's too much the same for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, How can we learn from if everybody doing the same shit?
Right. It don't make no sense, bro.
And that's why I say, what you eat don't make me shit. It's like, what? Like, bro, cause
Yo,
you
but I'm happy
something?
you broke that down, bro, cause like the younger listeners, bro, like we don't really, hear quotations like that no more and all of that shit. You feel me? So
like, what's some of y'all joints though for now?
Like some of ours, like I ain't gonna lie, like In the Mix, that's one of our Jones, bro. Like, but I can.
So if a nigga get booked, you say, damn, bro, what you get booked for? You like, I'm in the mix. I was in the mix.
Yeah. And that can mean 20 different things, but it was in the mixture of some bullshit.
But that's what I mean, like, and so, like, that make me shit.
Because if it's some shit that you really ain't do, you ain't gonna say, yeah, I was in the mix.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, like, that makes me shit. What you did, I'm not talking about you specifically, but what you did as the young boy, like, that affected me now, because I'm looking down at you like, damn, you're like, now, like, because what you did, like, that's going to bring some attention on me now. Because I'm of you. We got the same texture. So whether I did the same thing as you, I'm looked upon as that.
Yeah, bro,
that's why we all go under the category of being black. You feel me? So remember it was a time when it was like, while we pull you over, we was looking for a tall, black, dark, male, 6'2", with a beard.
Like, that fits so many of us.
So whatever that nigga did, I'm affected by it.
Real shit.
Automatically.
I am too, because I fit that same description.
You feel what I'm saying? So what you eat don't make me shit, don't make sense in that sense.
Yeah, bro,
now, they might got his own place. I'm not saying these quotations don't have their own place. I'm just saying, like, let's utilize them in the place that they need to be utilized and not live and die by them when they don't make sense.
Yeah, bro, shit. Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
like,
all of them Jones don't make sense, bro.
It don't.
Like, it's rare, it's seldom that they do make sense for real, for real.
I mean,
you really gotta get other knowledge about it.
But
yeah, because some of them be on some real shit.
Yeah.
Like, you could just automatically tell, like. But I don't know why. None of them Jones come into my head right now. But there's a ton of them. Like, as soon as we leave, I'll be like, oh, shit. Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy because in one sentence, you can be like, you can hear what somebody did and you can be like, bro, you in the way. Right? And then in that same conversation, you can hear, bro, I'm just trying to stay out the way. If you're an outsider listening and don't understand what the fuck y'all talking about, I'm confused.
Yeah, real shit, bro.
I am confused. If I'm on the outside confused and you on the inside, you telling me you're not confused?
Crazy, dog.
Because, like, you gotta think about it, because in the instance, that's when people be like, man, that's just life. And I hate them type of quotes, because it just did everything.
Yeah,
it did the whole, like, investigation. Like, you don't even want to, like, that just, like, ends it all. It's like, oh, yeah, no, we gonna investigate. We gonna do our, nah, bro, that's just life. Like, it happens. Yo, that ends everything.
Where
I don't
did you
get
get
it.
that information from? Like, who validated that?
Right.
You feel me? Like,
and that's my point. We just take shit and we just run with it, and we live real life.
Like,
we live in real life according to something that just came about. Like,
some folktale shit.
Yeah, like, how you gonna just take something and run with it? Retweet it, whatever, like, you feel me? Like, how do you do that without putting some, some real on it?
Bro.
You know what I mean?
That's probably why we not really into the social media shit and all of that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like I can bring more importance doing this shit in real life than like showing you me doing it. You
Like,
know?
that's a good one too. Mind your business.
That's a great job. Come to think about it, because it's like, damn. Once they all go back to the same thing, it affects everything. Everything you do affects me. Everything I do affects him.
Right, that's what I was
like, that shit is crazy.
So to say mind your business is like you keeping powerful information away from me that I could utilize to like move in a better direction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then to me personally, when you say mind your business, like that's some personal shit you don't really want nobody to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so you shouldn't even really had to say mind your business, because what you even talking about it for?
Right, like why is that even a thing that you gotta say mind your business to? Like, I'm not gonna do anything that I gotta say psych null about. Like, oh,
I just look at it as like
fault.
tend to your own business. You feel me? Like at this point in time, like if I was to had to say mind your business, bro, it's just tend to your business. You feel me? Like just worry about.
Yeah, but like if we all living in the world, what is my business?
Your personal affairs, bro. What happens behind closed doors? Like
What's really
that's
personal?
That's none of my business, bro.
But sex is talk. Sex.
Yeah.
I tell you, I beat my skinny cheeks up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's really personal? Like, what's really? That's a real conversation. Like, seriously, because it's like.
But for the masses, or
It's
just for
the,
like personal, yeah, man, like personal friends, like real life friends, real life.
Yeah,
man.
even still, because I feel as though it don't exist, because it's like you got instances where people would take that personal information and then share it, and then the person is feel violated.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So then it makes it a thing. It makes it a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even want to tell nobody else. Cause remember when such and such, I told her, and she ran into, you know what I'm saying? So now there's a whole soap opera about not revealing what's real.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm at. Like, first of all, I'm grown. I'm not gonna be like regretting or like hesitant in speaking on what I do and the decisions I make at this point in my life. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm grown. And when I say I'm an adult, like, bro, I'm not lying to my girl. I'm not lying to my kids. I'm not lying to my mom. I'm not lying to...
Exactly.
I might lie to the judge, but I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got some... You know, we got my freedom in his life. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when it comes down to, like, everyday living, there's no need, man. Like, I done seen it. I done did it so many times. Like, just lied, and it didn't have no. It was like I didn't have really a reason why. It was just dumb, bro. Like.
Then you gotta keep going with it.
Yeah,
keep freestyle and keep.
It's only accordance to how we come up. But that time don't exist. So how am I still playing? I'm using the rules from another game trying to play it on this game. That don't make sense.
Yeah, bro,
that's why I'm losing in this game. Because I'm playing it wrong.
Right. We looking at the wrong instructions, bro.
You feel me?
Real shit. Wrong controls to a different game. Real shit.
So I just want to say, like, when it comes to the, because I'm a person that don't do trust well, right? And obviously you can dissect that and like go backwards and figure out, you know, how I got to that space. But at the same time, right, when I think about stuff and it's like, bro, what?
I'm not.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, like when it comes down to it, it's like, where's the questions at? why we not questioning a lot of the stuff that we was brought up on, like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Cause like we moving and operating. I feel as though we moving and operating just off of like what exists.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we not like challenging what exists. We just like accepting it and rolling with it, and like if we can, we'll make the best out of that fucked up situation. And we'll just keep it moving like a new episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, if we really gonna do something for this world and really make an impact and it be like, you know, effective long term, it's like, bro, you gotta really dig into that shit personally and as a community, like.
Right. Cover shit as a whole, because more than half of the percent, we all done went through the same, the same situation.
We all been impressed by the same person. I mean,
Right.
the same people.
So who do we ask though? Like, who do we question about these Jones? And then like,
What you mean?
like with these certain things that we roll with, you feel me? Like these certain quotations and stuff. Like, who do we question about these Jones? Like, do we question our grandmoms and grandpops?
I mean,
and all
that would be the ideal person. You feel what I'm saying? And I guess it's a thing of like Jay-Z said, like, question religion, question it all. Question till them questions are solved. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever the solve is for you, then that's cool. But like even if that's the case, like if you come to a point where all your questions is like generate new questions so you can get more answers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because the more and more you do it, like the more and more information you get, and you know my module, bro. The more information, less of the problem. So the more information we get, the less it become a problem. You feel what I'm saying? Like if we understand our forefathers and how we got to this space, then it's less of a problem. You see what I'm saying? And that's the quotations that I rock by. Like more information, less of the problem. Cause I can feel that. I can see that. Like I can envision that. I done did it and practice it and seeing the results that came from it, and it's of value. It's not like anything else. You feel what I'm saying? Like you hang out with somebody, you used to think it was a New York thing, you say one.
Right.
Alright, bro, I'll let you one.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Like, you feel me? Like, as a kid, when you see your young kids saying something, you like, don't say that. Cause they heard it, they repeated it, but they don't understand the essence of where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
But they just repeating it.
Recycling it.
How many times have we done that, bro?
Right.
And I'm talking about like to a point we'll live by it and die by it. Like we'll take your fucking life for it.
Yeah, bro, shit, bro. It's crazy.
But didn't even dissect it to figure out what it actually fucking meant.
So crazy, man.
You feel what I'm saying? But we'll fucking kill you for it.
Some shit that we don't even know the root of.
Now in the hood, bro, I tell a story. They like, nigga, you need more people. We don't believe you. Jesus tell a story. You don't know that. You don't know him. You feel me? Like you don't know him. Like, but everybody carry it like they best fucking friends.
Oh,
And I'm like, yo, I'm in front of you, and you know me, like. But you don't believe me, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta think about it. As young parents, y'all had the kids together.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want the doctors for advice.
Right. Like, how can they?
How you not gonna naturally know what the fuck is going on with your kid? You going to somebody else that's steady.
Right, dog. And we ain't talking about like no terminal illness, no brain, can't, like, we not talking about
I
that.
ain't
We
talking
talking
about
about
that.
just
I'm talking regular
overall
shit,
health,
man.
bro. Overall health, mental health,
They
and all
trying to
that.
pump my boys with fucking vaccines and all that. It's like, bro.
Yeah, that shit is a no-go. Cause like on some real shit, bro, I never got a flu shot, bro.
And I never had the flu. Or been fucking
bro.
threatened by it. But everybody I know that went to Walgreens for the free flu shot, they end up getting it. So I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, no, that's the bullshit right there.
You know what I mean? You go to the hospital to get well. Most people I know went to the hospital died. So what you telling me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are you telling me? Because if I'm seeing that from the results of whatever it is, I'm seeing the results as people dying.
Shit negative. And then we still just pumping.
Where's the other side where I can see that when they do come here, they coming back home and they healthier?
Yeah. Now I ain't gonna hold you though, bro. I done seen certain situations, bro. Like your man, like, cause my mom, she go do certain shit with her.
No. I remember
lungs
that.
and the breathing and all that, and like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I hear certain shit about Temple Hospital, how they not the best and how they don't do this, but from our personal experience, bro, like they whip some shit up and they really helped her, bro. Like they helped and all that. So
definitely,
I'm not gonna say I'm anti-hospital.
No, you absolutely right.
So
bro.
it's big ups to the hospitals and the people who do save lives every day. But we just talking about from like a vaccination.
But it's also a thing of responsibility and taking responsibilities before you even get to the space of going to that hospital.
Yeah, real shit. You should be
because
eating
now
the right
your
shit.
mom, like, obviously my mind's foggy a little bit, right? Because you do got life-saving stories in the whole shebang. It ain't all just about death.
Right.
But this is what my impressor taught me. I'm kind of just repeating it, but anyway. Oh man, it's been a beautiful session, man. I know it went fast, and it never seemed like it lasts. After we done smoked on the gas. But no, it's the end. Sorry.
And on
Until next
shit,
time.
But no, before we go, bro,
What?
like really think about this shit, y'all. Like all of these Jones, like all these annotations and quotes and all of that, like the no pains, no gains. Like just think about all of this stuff and like what we fueled on.
Yeah.
But I actually like that one, bro.
What?
I feel that no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
I feel that, but I guess we'll go in on it next.
I
week,
mean,
man.
you know, according to certain circumstances, you can see how it applies. You can see why somebody that wouldn't adjust to it, they see how it applies or don't apply. You feel me? Like, so, you know.
Because this life shit.
That's the thing about life, though. When you get in, like, to this space where I'm at, you just accept where everybody sees what side of the elephant they see. Because you can be on your side of the elephant and see dots. I can be on mine and see stripes.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? And at this point, the whole thing of why I'm upset about life is because, like, we don't connect on that. Like, yo, bro, you see dots? I see stripes. And we make it make sense to connect. Our first thing is to disconnect.
You fraud.
You fucking see stripes, bro.
Right.
Like, I fucking see dots, nigga. You dumb. And you start breaking the other person down because they don't agree with you or they don't see or feel what you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, don't down me. Like, how you gonna discredit me because of what I feel and what I see on my side of the elephant? You feel what I'm saying? Until next time, man. Like, you know, this was a good one. I ain't gonna hold you. I was going in. I don't know if I talked too much or not, but, you know, I'll watch it over and, you know, I evaluate. And I adjust, because that's what I do. I adjust my everyday accordingly. Like, but we signing out. I'm Buck Dollars.
I'm Smooth.
And
Catch
we
y'all
out
next
and
week.
chill, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good weekend and, continue to have an open heart. 2 fingers.
UrbanLife.tv, 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 TV, underground rap and news life.tv.